Hello everyone, welcome to my Soap General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today in General Hospital, we see Curtis spring an unexpected surprise on Portia, Esme confide in Laura, and Nicholas spill the beans to Ava about his future plans. Cyrus visits Sonny in his time of need at church and assures him that the truth will liberate him. He also praises Sonny for coming to God during his time of need. Sonny tells Cyrus he shouldn't push him tonight in an angry tone. It finally clicked for Cyrus when Nana admitted to him that she had informed the SEC. As Cyrus elucidates, since a husband and wife should never lie to each other, he gave Nina his advice when she came here for direction. Cyrus defends himself by quoting the Bible when confronted with Sonny's punch. Sonny decks him again, and Cyrus responds, "I forgive you." When Cyrus refuses to defend himself, Sonny continues to punch him until he collapses to the floor. At the hospital, a nurse and Portia discuss having to work on New Year's Eve. Portia refuses to take it as a bad omen as she has huge plans for 2024. Curtis surprises Portia on New Year's Eve by waiting at her office with a rose. Additionally, he brought donuts, and she thinks he's the greatest. They chat about his upcoming surgery, which could put him on the road to walking again. Curtis admits it might not work. Portia vows she'll love him no matter what, and he knows that. She asks how he's feeling. He confesses he's trying not to be too hopeful. He just wants to be able to sweep her off her feet and bring her to their bedroom to make love. Portia says she sweeps her off her feet every day with his grin, and they kiss. Later, Curtis and Portia proceed to the ER when Portia gets notice of a patient brought in heavily battered. Joss and Dex return to her dorm room after a party and discover a puzzled Adam trying to get in, believing it's his room. They see he's visibly drunk and still tossing out of a red Solo cup. Joss questions what is going on as he's not a drinker. He says it's over and his parents know the truth about him. He says they knew he lied about the internship and pushed as to why he didn't return home. He claims his awful grades, his A in chemistry came up, along with the B he got in anatomy. Now his parents are threatening to pull him out of PCU and send him to a local college because they refuse to waste their money on him if he won't perform to their standards. He doesn't understand why he was such a screw-up. At the Port Charles Grill, Laura continues to ponder about Bobby, Luke, and Lucky, who is out there searching for a part of himself. They're interrupted by a call from Ace's babysitter. Laura is horrified to find Esme is an hour late. Esme turns up declaring to herself she wants a drink, as Laura is still on the phone with the babysitter. Laura notices her and asks Esme where she's been. Esme chats to the babysitter and promises her that she'll be home immediately away. She apologizes to Laura, and Kevin offers her a hot cider to warm her up and picks up the glove she lost. Esme praises him, despite she misplaced the other one. Laura identifies it as the glove from Windermere and thinks she was the one who broke in. Kevin leaves them to discuss, and Laura wonders what she was thinking. Esme reveals that Liz believes that was the area she was detained last year, and she felt going there might spark something in her. She's remorseful and offers to pay for the broken glass. Laura wonders whether she recalled anything. Esme says she remembered nothing. Laura asks if Esme was still there when she came. Esme says she was, and she raced out. She didn't want to get arrested on Ace's first Christmas. Laura adds she still breached the law and she'll have to give herself in. Esme cries she can't go to jail. Laura says she'll probably simply get community service, maybe a fine. Laura says if she takes responsibility for what she's done, she will feel better. Laura states that she will go with her tomorrow to the PCPD. Esme can't believe she's going with her. Laura insists she wouldn't have her do this alone. Laura and Esme are interrupted when Curtis calls Laura. He informs her that she needs to come to the hospital. It's concerning her brother. Ava asks if Nicholas is planning to kill Esme. He isn't. He just wants her out of both his son's life. She asks what he wants from her. He begins to flirt with her and recalls the old days. She says there weren't that many, and those days are past. Nicholas feels she doesn't want to help him, because if she spends time with him, then she'll not be able to fight her love for him. She warns him not to deceive himself. He is irresistible. At the gallery, Nicholas tells Ava that Esme came to Port Charles to ruin their lives, and together it's time for them to make her pay. She refuses to work with him, stating anything between them ended when he threatened her daughter. He admits that was wrong, but she thought she killed him and ditched his body a second later. She cries she was a mess, and she didn't want him dead. He admits that's something. Ava tells Nicholas that Esme has no memory and is devoted to her son. Nicholas yells, "My son." Nicholas says Esme will revert to who she is eventually. Nicholas explains out his plan. He asks Ava to throw a party, stating she'll come up with a cause, and he'll furnish her with a guest list, including Esme. She asks whether she truly expects her to trust he won't damage Esme. He says hand to God. On the docks, Willow demands to know from Michael why Nina's been canceling dates with her and the kids. He confesses he compelled her to limit how much she saw them. She can't believe he was blackmailing Nina. Willow claims he manipulated her, he controlled her relationship with her mother, and if he was so anxious about protecting her from Nina, then he should have told her the truth from the beginning. Michael swears he wanted to expose Nina. He went to inform his dad, but he was so happy and in love, and Willow was thrilled too. He thought nobody needed to be wounded if he kept the secret and controlled how much Nina saw them. Willow laments they both haven't been honest with one another, and what type of marriage is this? Michael says they love one another, they can get through this. Willow thinks Nina's falsehoods are one thing, but is hurt so much more. She asks them to sleep someplace else tonight. Carly answers the door to Nina, who notices Drew is back in town. She says there is something she needs to tell them both. Nina says first of all she is so sorry, and Carly wonders how she found out, presuming she's speaking of Bobby. Drew says he needs to get back to the phone calls, and Carly says she can handle Nina. He leaves. Nina says first she was incredibly angry when the truth about Willow came out, but she's done making excuses. Carly doesn't have time for this, so Nina blurts out she was the one who tipped off the SEC. Carly gasps that she was the reason Drew went to Pentonville. She shouts, "You took him from his daughter." Nina reminds her, "You took mine from me." Carly cries Drew has been nothing but polite to her, and she sends him to prison. Nina says she knows she will never forgive her, and she's simply laying the record straight. Carly asks why now. Nina claims the guilt was eating her alive, and she regretted it all, and she didn't know how to mend it. Carly says she doesn't feel shame or regret, and Carly realizes Nina got busted. She asks who knows. Nina admits Sonny knows. She says Sonny urged she come to confess and apologize. Carly claims she's not here to make things right. She's here so she doesn't lose Sonny. Carly deems her the most selfish person she's ever encountered, and she hurts everyone she pretends to care about. Carly calls her a selfish bitch, and she hopes she rots in hell.